This is the Desert Shaman. Roger Thunder here. Thought I'd do an update on the world today, just a look at what's going on around us. Well, we have the Trump indictment, and we have the recent school shootings, and we have all kinds of things that are distractions from what's really going on. You know, once you get the pattern down with how these people work, how the mind benders work, once you get the pattern down as far as original events and distractions from those events, once you get that pattern down, you can see it. You have to be able to get the pattern down, and you have to be able to go, oh, yeah, this is a distraction from the original event, as opposed to a distraction from the last distraction. Okay. That's how they work. There'll be an original event, and in this case, that original event is the Ukraine war and the losing of it. Bakhmut has fallen. Bakhmut being a key city in Ukraine that has been captured by the Russians, overtaken. And there's another city, Advika, which is also surrounded and being taken. So there's significant advances in the Ukraine war, which will lead to the loss of it, and a loss of hundreds of billions, well, let's just say $100 billion given to them for a proxy war. This was Biden's big re-election, feather in his cap for re-election. But it's not a feather in his cap. Actually, what's happened is he's facing the loss of the Ukraine war and our support of it by NATO and the billions of dollars. He's facing the loss of that. And the collapse of the financial system as well. So what do? You make up shit. Okay? And what's being done now with the indictment with Trump is a distraction. Nothing more, nothing less. Has no meaning whatsoever. Not really. And then I saw another thing today that this is really laughable, being an aviation expert. Now they're saying, the USA is saying that the Chinese balloon, boy, I thought that one, see, there's another distraction. See what I'm saying here? Distractions to distract from the distractions, to keep your mind like a gnat with an attention span of 0. That's what this is all about. But anyway, they brought up the Chinese balloon thing again, and now they're saying that the reason that they shot it down, or I don't know if it's the reason they shot it down. That's probably, that's probably the reasoning behind putting out this ludicrous story about the balloon was speeding away. It was getting away. And the story is that the balloon made several passes over key areas for intelligence. You have to be a moron to believe this. You have to be a moron. Balloons don't fly around. They're not manipulated. They can't be. Balloons of this nature can't be steered like let's say, the Goodyear blimp or something. It's a balloon. It's a weather balloon. It's floating. It has to go with the wind. It can't go against the wind. So therefore, it can't make several passes over intelligence area. Yeah, it just flies against the wind, a balloon. And, oh yeah, it outraces the wind. I mean, these people, they must not have too much respect for the American intelligence or the IQ of the average American, or let's say the IQ of the world for that matter. So we got the Trump indictment, we got the balloon thing coming up again, and recently had that school shooting, which I did a video on, the weaponization of transgenderism, and another divide and conquer tactic, that type thing. So it'll be interesting this week to see what further developments occur in. Oh yeah, and let's not forget the other thing. You got the assassination of the investigative reporter, or let's say war correspondent, that was a favored Russian person, got blown up in a cafe by yet another crazy. Well, it seems like we've had a lot of crazy women lately coming out of the woodwork. Not that I'm against women, because you know I'm totally into the goddess and that whole concept. So it has nothing. I'm against feminazis, but I'm not too hip on feminazis. Okay, women that want to rule the world or do dark things. Seems like people like Victoria Newman, who are probably in leagues with Hillary Clinton. In fact, I think they know each other very well, are propagating the destruction of an old world and the reforming of a new land. Thus her name, Newland. Boy, you couldn't make this stuff up, you know. So, in case you don't know who Victoria Newland is, she's really one of the top players behind the scenes who's running America. Biden isn't running America. He doesn't probably even know America exists sometimes. Probably 80% of the time. So he's not running the show here. But they're using him as a puppet, and they're using him to, I mean, really, they're going to run Joe Biden again for president? Pure insanity is what this is. Pure insanity. Dog and pony show, another illusion, another smoke and mirrors or shadows on the wall. That's what this stuff is. So you got all these things coinciding. This is going to be an interesting week. It'll be an interesting week. That whole Trump debacle thing is just, it's laughable. It really is. It's totally laughable. They love to use the religious / political environment to get the people to suck up to the latest BS on the MSM, mainstream media. It's really hilarious. My main purpose in making this video is to make you aware of the patterns that they use over and over again. The distractions, the false flag. Everything's pretty much a false flag now. They use them so often that it again is laughable, pretty much. And yet the people keep going for it. They keep watching the main scum media and what they're putting out there, and they keep aligning themselves with one particular worldview or one particular thought. Are people waking up at all? Maybe some people. Maybe some people. That's why it's so important to think outside the box. Think way, way outside the box. So anyway, I'm just going to keep this video short and leave it there today. Just some little updates on what's happening around the world.